Hi, it's Rachel here again. I just want to talk a little bit about the July 2017 broadcast that Anthony Morris gave. And there were quite a few interesting things he discussed in this broadcast, and I have talked a little bit about the building, the consolidation of congregations and kingdom halls and that. I talked about that in my last video, and I noticed Spike R has done a video too about the things that Anthony Morris talked about with the organisation. But there was something else that he talked about that I wanted to bring up, and he mentioned that some of those who are dedicated and baptised become inactive. That's clearly quite a problem in the organisation at the moment with ones leaving. And it seems to me that perhaps the governing body has done some analysis to try and work out why it is that so many leave, perhaps not even long after they're baptised. And they concluded that many of these ones had not studied 2 publications. They had studied the What Does the Bible Really Teach book, which he said gave them the knowledge, and for some of them they learnt to love Jehovah, only some of them. And then he mentioned that the second book, Remain in God's Love, or was it Jehovah's Love? Either or. He teaches them how to apply what they have learnt. So basically what he's saying indirectly is that many have got baptised before learning how to apply what they learned. How does that happen? Clearly these ones weren't ready for baptism if that was the case. How did they get by with all those questions in the Organised to Accomplish Jehovah's Will book? The questions that the elders go through painstakingly with the baptismal candidate to make sure that they are ready for baptism. So these supposedly spirit-appointed men are gauging such ones as ready for baptism when they may in fact not love Jehovah and not learnt to put into practice what they have learned. So why are these ones getting baptised when they're not ready? Anthony Morris, maybe it's got something to do with the pressure that comes upon especially the young ones to get baptised. And I recall a certain governing body member talking to parents saying that perhaps if their 16-year-old is not baptised yet, then withhold from them their driver's licence. If they're mature enough to handle a car and get their driver's licence, he said, then they're mature enough and ready to be baptised and dedicate themselves to Jehovah. But as you can imagine, a lot of young ones, desperate to get their driver's licence and have that little bit of independence and feel grown up, they may very well get baptised before they are ready and be one of these ones that not long after they're baptised drifts away, becomes inactive. And for many of them, unfortunately, if they start practising the things that, God's word condemns or forbids, or simply if they no longer want to be a witness, they will be cut off from their entire family who remain witnesses and their friends. I can think of other examples too. Another governing body member, I think it might have been Brother Losch, I'm not quite sure. I have done a video about it, and it was called, it was about the governing body having a split personality where one member says one thing and another says another thing. But this particular governing body member made it sound like it was okay and actually a good thing for parents to force their children to attend meetings. you know, these ones, they may be very well be these ones who attend meetings and study just to please their parents and get baptised just to please their parents, and then end up drifting away later and becoming inactive. So if there is a problem with one's leaving, then really the governing body can only look at themselves. You know, they allow people to be baptised, especially young people, when they're clearly not ready. They don't have the knowledge or understanding. They don't understand the ramifications of their choice, especially, you know, minors, perhaps pre-teenage years. They don't really understand that if they change their mind later on, or if they make a mistake, that they can be separated from their families, and sometimes this can be for the rest of their life. That's a huge possible outcome, isn't it? So, yeah, governing body, you really are responsible for a lot of heartbreak amongst good, decent families, and you should be ashamed of yourselves, really. What gives you the right to do that? That's all I can say, really. Okay, bye.